I also have a slideshow of pictures that I took when I was in Denmark. I was at the Museum of Art that I'm talking about, and one thing is...
Can we email it to you, or can we share it with you?
Email.
Okay.
That was a student asking a question. So one thing that you're going to notice is in this one, there's all these different figures that are just sort of standing, and they're really kind of faceless and nameless. And the piece of art is a modern representation of what a slave market looked like. The idea of having to stand idly by without having any expression on your face and just be viewed while you're standing in a line. It's very powerful, and this piece was at the end of a hallway, so you walked up to it and then you would turn and walk by it. So it was also placed in the museum in a way to emphasize the idea of people being judged as objects, not as people. This, as many students have pointed out, is a tessellation, and it's pretty cool. The pattern within this is really awesome and intricate. This is a 1920s, I want to say it's either World War I or World War II, representation of women's roles within the country. You got like a baby down here and the Red Cross emblem. It's just interesting. This is one of the sculpture gardens. I thought it was pretty. And I liked these people. I thought that they were whimsical. This is a dude who's just sort of sitting there. He looks like he's giving us the peace sign with his hands. I like the sun, the way the sun rays are in this one. I don't understand this one, but I thought it was cool. Yes, that is a large thumb. It was like 6 feet tall. It was pretty big. This was really cool where somebody had found a big piece of rock and it kind of drawn in where the planes were. I thought that was interesting. This is a weather vane that was out in the garden and just another sculpture. That is Sweden. This is Denmark. They were really close together. This is more modern art. This is an Andy Warhol, and that's Marlon Brando. And he was really well known for taking like pop icons and doing this stamping technique. These are really fuzzy Picassos because I couldn't get my camera to behave. This is a Kandinsky. He's big on like geometrical patterns and using white space. This is a piece of Art Deco sculpture, and you can tell that it's Art Deco from the really clean rounded lines. This was a really cool piece of art. These are all microphones, and there are speakers behind it where you could hear what people in the past had said about it while you were walking by. It's just really cool. This is a series that was in our entry document, and the pinky is missing, and at first you pay attention to the fact that the pinky's missing, and he lost his pinky because the government didn't like something he did, so it was his punishment. But then when you read the caption says that each one of the people is somebody he knew who had died. So now all of a sudden the pictures in the person's hand are more important than the missing pinky. This was a painting of a building and of some machinery. And this was a big comic book that was like made life-size. It was cool. This is a painting that came from one of the countries you guys are studying. I don't remember if it's Guatemala or which country it was, but it's definitely the idea of being persecuted by your government and then being killed by them. Sorry. This was just a funny picture. This is supposed to be Freud. I thought it was amusing. This was a cool piece because from far away, it looks like crazy mess, but it was called the Carnival. And when you zoom in on it, well, focus, I guess, because you're standing in front of it, you can see all these different acrobats and different people that are performing. So it's actually like the chaos of going to a carnival. That was really cool. This is a picture somebody took using a telescope. I thought that was cool. This is a really ridiculous mind map that connected tons of different people in the world. It's called Everyone 2011. And this was a really cool exhibit where you would go into this little room and it had mirrors on the ceilings and the walls and the floor, and the room was just full of these light bulbs that changed color and intensity. So you would get all these different images. It was really awesome. I like this one the best. And here's some pictures. This was a radio station, I think. It might have been a magazine, a political magazine. These are pictures from World War II era. This is a jacked up car. Somebody just made a car look like a trapezoid. That's Sweden again. That's beautiful. And these are just war pictures. The sculpture garden. And I really liked that yellow tree, so I took a bunch of pictures. The end. So now that you have a better idea of what modern art is, you need to start thinking about how you want to represent that in your artwork. And you also need to pull up the rubric for this project and go to the Art tab, which is down here. See, it's down here. And you need to go ahead and, make sure that between your group mates you're covering everything in the proficient column. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.